This is Randy from BokehImage.com and Dread242.com. My analog project 2011 continues in the month of May with the YashicaMat EM. The EM stands for exposure meter, which sits right up here on the top of the camera. This camera, released by Yashica in 1964, is a wonderful twin lens reflex camera. It's solid build, good weight and balance, beautiful look, beautiful design. I absolutely love it. This camera features an 80mm lens that shoots at f3.5, and it also has a maximum shutter speed of 1/500th of a second. Some of the exterior features on the left side of the camera, or I should say the right side of the camera, you have a film advance crank and a little window to count the frames, frame counter. On the other side of the camera, we have the focusing knob, which focuses the camera. Also built into the focusing knob is a depth of field guide here. It's up against the side of the body there, and a distance guide also built into the knob to help you with your focus, your depth of field, your distance to your subject. The ISO is set in the center of the knob as well. There are two other knobs here associated with loading the camera. One is where the film is on the inside of the camera, and the other knob is the take-up reel. So it's the type of knobs that you pull or release to get the film in and out of the camera. You open the camera on the bottom. I'm not going to open it because there's film in this camera at the moment. The front of the camera features a PC sync port to hook up a flash. You have a little lever here to set your sync speed when you're using a flash. Down here on the bottom, there's another little red lever. That's the self timer. You have the shutter release button here in the lower right hand corner, and then you have these two dials, these two selectors here, which help you select your f-stop and your shutter speed. Simply rotate the dial, and the f-stop in the little window up here on the top of the viewing lens will rotate, and this is how you select your f-stop. And the same goes for the shutter speed on the other end, on the other side here. Once again, twin lens reflex. You have a viewing lens and a taking lens. When you're looking through the waist level viewfinder, you're looking out through this top lens, and the image is recorded through the bottom lens. I swapped out this ground glass in here because it was old and scratched up and kind of messy, and I ended up putting a brand new one in there, which is a beautiful ground glass. Gives me a clear, bright image. You also have a magnifier to help you with your focus in your waist level viewfinder. So there it is, the YashicaMat EM medium format camera. I'll be shooting both black and white and color with this particular camera. And also, as far as this light meter is concerned, this light meter stopped working about 6 months after I bought this camera. I didn't trust it. I didn't think it was giving me accurate readings, so I always kind of used my Sekonic TwinMate L208 light meter, which is a very simple light meter to use. I never leave home without it when I'm using vintage cameras, but I much better prefer using this particular light meter as opposed to any built-in light meter on any vintage camera. I just don't trust them. This camera was several decades old. I'm not even sure Yashica intended for this light meter to work as long as it has. But I got use out of it, so I'm not crying about it. But there you have it, the YashicaMat EM medium format camera, twin lens reflex, beautifully built camera. Be shooting with it all this month. For the month of May on my Analog Project 2011. Look for the photos on Flickr, my photo stream, or my blog, my photo blog at Dread242.com or BokehImage.com. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next month.